Yeah, good to go in Zoom. Good to go with the presentation, Soumya. So we will today discuss study in Canada. Go on the next slide. This is my contact information for all those who want to reach out for any query. This is the email ID on which you can send the profiles of the students for basic assessments about the real-time update of eligibility and the options availability. And this contact number is direct reach out number to me, which is also available on WhatsApp for your small queries. If you want to ping me on WhatsApp, simply you can ping on this number. So as I mentioned, today we would be discussing about these points, facts about Canada, why study in Canada, types of courses and programs that we can offer to international students in Canada, standardized exams, those are required before student applies, intakes availability, entry requirements for students and public universities and fee waiver institutions. For a glance, for you all to be familiar with the name. Now let's first study about the geographical locations of Canada provinces. So in Canada, out of all the provinces, there are few provinces which are sharing the borders with USA. And hence, these provinces are popular for international community and students prefer to go under these provinces only so that they have ample opportunities in terms of jobs and other facilities. So out of these provinces, if I name British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Islands, these are the provinces which are not that popular in earlier times, but nowadays students are getting interest to apply these provinces as well because Canada government actually runs some immigration programs for international student community to apply there in these provinces as well as get ample amount of opportunity in terms of the services that Canadian government is bound to actually provide to international community. When we talk about Ontario and Quebec, these are already very popular provinces. Why? Because Ontario has maximum number of international institutions based, and hence every international student, specifically from India and subcontinent region, would like to apply to Ontario because of the maximum number of availability of programs, institutions, facilities, job opportunities, and of course the development of the areas which are placed and based in Ontario. If we talk about Quebec, it is a French dominant province. So every institution here offers you less tuition fee, less accommodation prices, but yes, one program that Canada government runs for learning the French language that student needs to take under this province, and hence this is one of the very popular province, but sometimes students might face some language hurdles. So one needs to be ready to learn French language if he or she is willing to stay longer in Quebec and get the maximum advantage of being there in Canada and Quebec in particular. So every province now do require a provincial attestation letter after the new amendment policies that Canada Immigration has made international students abide with, and Quebec actually already had a different procedure for the same provincial attestation letter, and hence it was very popular since start. So this is all about the geographical condition of Canada. We usually get applications for Ontario-based institutions, but as I mentioned already, other provinces are also equally popular nowadays, and they are also providing ample amount of opportunities to apply for international students. Now let's talk about some facts about Canada. So as we all know, the capital city is Ottawa of Canada, which is based in Ontario again. It is near to Toronto, which is one of the most popular cities. Whenever we talk to any of the students who is willing to apply to Canada, he would or she would be liking to visit Toronto as well. Toronto has maximum number of public institutions available for international students. Apart from Toronto, Vancouver, Saskatchewan, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Calgary, Brampton, Mississauga. These are some more cities which are popular and very well known to international audiences. When we talk about the currency, the Canada has Canadian dollars as a currency, and the conversion is 62 INR almost approximately when we talk about Indian currency and Canada currency comparison. Now let's discuss some points which would give you an insight why one should study in Canada. So when an international student reaches you for Canada applications, or one has a dilemma to choose between Canada and any other international destination, these are few points which you can discuss further with the student. Firstly, Canada provides a high quality education. High quality education means it is globally accepted whatever program the student is enrolling with. It is offering excellent academic program to the student, practical hands-on learning, and the institute ranking is also accepted globally. So all the institutions are globally recognized, and they offer very learning atmosphere over there at Canada, which would give the student an insight about the course and curriculum he or she is applying. When we talk about the environment, it also explains that Canada is known for its multicultural society, because students from every origin you would find in Canadian institution. So students from China, from Africa, from Asia, or from any other um, areas of world, students you would find there in Canadian institutions. They all are very welcoming, and all the backgrounds are accepted and welcomed at Canadian institution. When we talk about the work opportunity, Canada offers part-time job opportunity to all the international students. They can work for 20 hours per week, and they may qualify for post-graduation work permits depending on the institution and duration of the program they are applying for. We would be discussing about this more in the upcoming slides, so that you be aware about the post graduate work permits. Those are available with study options in Canada. And apart from that, student can definitely work along with the studies in Canada on study permits. They are eligible to work for part-time 20 hours per week. Canadian institutions are research-based institutions when we talk about master's program in particular. So Canada is the forefront of research and innovation. How? Whenever we find a Masters of Science program under Canadian institution, you would find that most of the programs are offered under research options, where a faculty of the same university and same department where student is applying needs to be approached beforehand, before even initiating the application, for the supervision of the research project you are going to take under that university. So Canada is very welcoming in terms of research opportunities as well, and it also provides immigration options. So yes, if a student is planning for a long-term stay in Canada, apart from study permits, they get the post-graduation work permit associated with it, and also they can apply for permanent residency in Canada. Now let's talk about some courses in Canada. So the types of programs that we have to apply for international students are huge in numbers. We can say that. How? If an undergraduate student is willing to apply in Canada based on their eligibility and requirement of the program, they can find 3 or 4 types of programs there in Canadian institutions. First is diploma, second is advanced diploma, third is certificate programs, and fourth is bachelor's degree program. So under diplomas, mostly students get the basic knowledge about the domain. Under advanced diploma, they get 3 years of program, and they can actually have internships associated with these programs. Even with diplomas, some programs are co-op programs, which offers the internships as a part of curriculum. We would be discussing about these programs. These are called co-op programs. So these are available under diplomas, under advanced diplomas. Under bachelor degree programs also, we have some co-op options availability in Canadian institutions, which would give the practical hands-on learning to all the students who are enrolling themselves into those programs. When we talk about certificate programs, if a student is not finding any particular specialization under diploma, advanced diploma, or bachelor's degree program, or a student is planning for a short-term program, then he or she can opt for a certificate program, which are offered mostly by colleges in Canada. When we talk about the PG programs in Canada, if a student who has already taken a bachelor's degree in their home country, the student can go for either certificate programs, a graduate certificate programs, or a master's degree program. Under these programs, student needs to have a bachelor's degree as an eligibility criteria with certain percentage as academic eligibility, and as per the required skills they want to learn under Canadian institutions as an international student, they can choose the program type as certificate, graduate certificate, master's degree program, and one more program which is offered usually by universities, post baccalaureate diploma programs. So these are the kind of programs that one can opt for while applying to Canadian institutions. As I've already discussed about the co-op programs, these are also available for PG programs, not only UG, but PG graduate certificate programs, diploma programs also offers co-op opportunity to all the international students based on the curriculum that one institution is offering to international students. Apart from these, we also have some of the opportunities of direct internship options under hospitality and technical field, where student can simply go and take a short-term internship, which can be paid or unpaid depending on the availability of those internships. But yes, this particular facility is also available for international students who can directly go and take the internship and can again come back and continue their degree in their home country. Now let's talk about some popular programs in Canada. So as we were discussing about various types of programs, these are some popular domain in Canada where student can find a suitable program very easily. So we have all the business-based program, business administration, global business, international business, business analytics. Apart from this, we also have a specialized programs in business domain such as supply chain management, human resource management, accounting, financial planning, etc. When we talk about technical programs, students get the opportunity to apply under various degrees and certificate programs of engineering, administrative sciences, and degree program based in science. Apart from this, hospitality, culinary, tourism, travel, these are another domain which is very popular in Canada. For students who have taken biology as their main subject, they have healthcare administration, public health, office administration, hospital management, these kind of programs which are widely available under all the institutions of Canada. So psychology, kinesiology, even programs for regulatory affairs and all. These all programs are widely available under Canadian institutions, both colleges and universities. So if a student is already occupying a degree in health sector in their home country, can easily go for any of these programs as per their requirements and eligibility. If a student belongs to arts domain, he or she is having a choice of applying justice studies, public administration, personal support worker, social support worker, early childhood education, psychology, and many other such programs which offer specialization under various domains of arts. Apart from these basic and core programs, we also have some blended programs in Canada which offers a cross gateway to one field from another field. So, for example, if a engineering student wants to apply any management program, he can simply go through a project management program, which is a blend of two. Similarly, supply chain management, master of management, engineering management, these are also these kind of programs which would make you enable to go under management field from any different domain. Now let's talk about the standardized exams and English proficiency tests in Canada, which are widely accepted under all institutions for all level of programs. So IELTS is one of the basic requirement of Canadian institution, which is the International English Language Testing System score, which is required for every level of program, even if the student is looking for just a short-term program like certificate programs, one has to have a valid IELTS score for being eligible to apply a study permit in Canada. Apart from this, this is one of the requirements of all the institutions as well. All the other English proficiency test scores, which are comparable with IELTS scores like TOEFL, PTE, or Duolingo, are also accepted by Canadian institutions. The only thing is Duolingo scores is generally not advised. Why? Because Canadian immigration does not take Duolingo scores under the SDS category of visa or study permit. So that is why if a student is willing to apply Canada and is yet to take the English proficiency test score, we would encourage the student to go for IELTS, TOEFL or PTE, because these three tests are considered under SDS category of study permit visas. When we talk about the UG bachelor program specifically under universities, student might get a requirement of SAT scores for some particular degree, bachelor's degree programs, I should say. So some of the technical bachelor degree programs under the globally ranked universities might need a SAT score as a mandatory criteria. Otherwise, most of the institutions, specifically colleges, do provide a waiver for SAT scores, and some university programs under bachelor's degree program also they give the waiver for SAT scores to all the undergraduate international students. If we talk about the postgraduate students, IELTS is again a mandatory criteria for applying any of the program levels, be it certificate, graduate certificate, post-baccalaureate diploma, or a degree program. IELTS and equivalent scores of TOEFL and PTE are mostly accepted under all the program and institutions. When we talk about the GRE and GMAT, GRE and GMAT are required on mandatory basis under some of the master's degree program under the globally ranked universities, and mostly under the technical programs. Apart from these examinations, if a student is applying for a particular specialized programs in creative arts or performance skills programs, they need to have a portfolio or need to face an interview to inform the applied institution about the skills they have already taken and learned, and they want to continue from there. So these are the basic standardized exams which are required. Now let's talk about the intakes availability in Canada. So when we talk about intakes, Canada offers three intakes. Most popular and biggest intake is fall intake, which is September intake. That has maximum number of availability of the programs, because in Canada, some universities offer few bachelor's degree programs which are only available under this fall intake only. Some programs, majorly degree programs, are available for two intakes, which is fall and winter. And maximum certificate, graduate certificate or diploma programs are available for all these three intakes, which are fall, winter and spring, or we can say September, January or May intake. Now let's talk about the entry requirements for students in Canada. So if a student is planning to apply to Canada and holding 55% and above until 70% in academics, for any level, student would be eligible to apply to colleges only. Colleges are accepting academic requirement as 55% and above under various programs, and students are offered diploma and advanced diploma for UG levels and graduate certificates and certificate programs for PG levels under colleges. When we talk about universities, mostly universities under UG offers associate degree programs or bachelor degree programs, which would be having the academic eligibility criteria from 65% and above in class 12. Similarly, for master's degree program or post-baccalaureate diploma programs, the eligibility criteria of academics would be starting from 65% and above in their previous bachelor's, which they have already taken in their home country. And mostly for master's degree program in Canadian universities, eligibility criteria starts from 70% and above. If a student is actually willing to apply to globally recognized universities, the criteria of academic eligibility would go even higher. So for bachelor's degree program, if a student is having 85% and above in class 12, he or she would be able to apply to top-notch universities in Canada for bachelor's degree program. Similarly, for master's degree program, if a student is having 70-75% and above in their previous bachelor's, they will be eligible to apply for master's degree program under Canadian institutions. So this is how the academic criteria is there in Canadian applications. 55% and above in previous academics are totally accepted under colleges for each level of program, and 65% and above academics are accepted under university. Now, as I had mentioned that we would be discussing about postgraduate work permit criteria in Canada. So let's discuss about this in this slide. Post-study work permits are associated with each and every program offered in Canada under DLI institution. So if your institution is under DLI list of immigration, you would be able to get the post-study work permit associated with your study permit. It would majorly be depending on the duration of the program that student is taking. So if a student is taking any program, be it UG or PG, which is of a duration of 2 years and more, the student would be eligible to get the 3 years of post-study work permit associated with it by default. But if the student is taking any program, say a certificate program, or for PG students, they are taking a certificate or a graduate certificate program, which is of less duration than 2 years, the student would be eligible to get the post-study work permit, same as the duration of the program. So if a student is going for 1 year graduate certificate program, student would be eligible to get the 1 year of post-study work permit as per the Canadian Embassy. Now, after the new rules, regulations that we have implemented from 22nd January onwards, this year only, any student who is applying for any of the master's degree program, any duration of that master degree program would make student eligible to get the 3 years of post-study work permit associated with it. So for any recruitment who is going for master's degree program can definitely take the dependents along at the same time, and can get easily 3 years of work permit associated with their study permit. All right. Now, these are some popular public institutions I've jotted down here so that you be familiar with the names of institutions which we are promoting and can recruit students for directly. And these are the prominent institutions. So you can actually go with the Cape Breton University, University of Windsor, University of Canada West, University of Niagara Falls, University of Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Memorial University, Nipissing University, Trinity Western University, and many more. So these are the institutions where we can easily recruit students for bachelor's and master's degree. These are some popular public colleges where we can find diplomas, advanced diplomas, graduate certificate and certificate programs. These are very popular institutions based out of Ontario mostly. And apart from Ontario, we also have colleges available in different provinces as we had discussed during the geographical discussion of Canada. So we have colleges under Alberta, Saskatchewan, New Brunswick, etc. for applying for graduate certificate programs and diploma programs in Canada. Now, these are some application fee waiver institutions which mostly provide the application fee waivers on almost all the intakes. So, University of Canada West, Trinity Western University, University of Victoria, Fanshawe College, Centennial College, Lambton College. These are the institutions which usually offer application fee waivers. Apart from these institutions, there are some institutions which are currently offering the application fee waiver, which we keep on promoting on our WhatsApp community channels and all. So for now, we have Georgian College, we have Humber College, Fleming College, Fanshawe College, NAIT, Northern Light College, and many more such colleges which are offering the application fee waiver and are reverting with offer letter within like 24 to 48 hours of application. Currently, we are recruiting students for January 25 intake. Some institutions are accepting applications under some programs for even September 24 intake. So, guys, you can go ahead with all the queries and applications that you have, and we can support you with the real-time availability of all the options that we have in Canada through assessments, and then we can proceed for the application. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this informative session. Now we have our Europe training. It will be given by Mr. Praveen.